Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And I'm Oberon. Welcome to Goth Tarot. And it's my special All Souls Day edition of Goth Tarot. With a weekly look into the shadow side of life. What are the issues that upset you or emotionally bring you down? Where do you find your own source of strength in the dark? So for this special edition of Goth Tarot, I'm using only 3 decks. I'm doing an abbreviated reading, mostly in regards to All Souls Day, which is more of a Catholic tradition, but from a global point of view, it's important to many Christian churches or foundations, and relates a lot to the whole idea of Goth Tarot. In some other traditions that maybe are not so distinctly Christian, the veil is thin, and All Souls Day is a reflection of that, the idea that we're still in this very liminal period between the living and the dead. And so All Souls Day commemorates the souls of those who have passed, especially in this last year since the previous Halloween. And in fact, my own mother passed away in February of this year, and I have mourned her a bit, and I used Halloween right after midnight as a way of trying to connect with her spirit and see if I could commemorate or see if there was anything I should be doing for her spirit. And of course, I did receive a message, and I know what to do. But inspired from that, I've come up with the idea for today's reading. So the first deck I am using is the Murder of Crows, and the question I am asking is, what is the message from the veil? From that liminal space? What is the message coming through at or beyond the veil? It's the reversed Nine of Pentacles. The reversed Nine of Pentacles. The message from the veil is that many things from the earthly side are at risk. They are at risk specifically from forces that challenge autonomy and forces that challenge tradition to some degree. And we have to be aware of that, I think, is what the message of the veil is be aware that there is great forces attacking our worldly concerns, especially where it goes to the heart of our individuality. And this is for everybody. This isn't based on your religious or political or other differences. It isn't. So what action should we take? I'm using the Gothic Tarot for that. It's hard not to think of the Gothic Tarot as a tarot for vampires, because almost all of the images of court cards or various figures in the major or minor arcana look quite undead. What action should we take? How shall we prepare? What do we need to do to fortify or protect ourselves? It is the Eight of Pentacles. It's upright. The Eight of Pentacles says work, says a lot of work, says coordination with others, says sharing with others, says learning from others. It's almost like a tower time. And you know, when I wanted to start off this whole reading today, I strongly felt that it was a continuation or flowing from the work of our Halloween ritual, which you can see on YouTube, but it was about the ideas of tower time and how we are affected by attacks against us and we need protection. And so this Eight of Pentacles really strongly talks to that idea, I think. So it's Halloween, it's All Saints Day, it's Day of the Dead, it's All Souls Day, and we want to look at the Ghost Tarot and see whether there is any advice from a friendly spirit to us. And although this reading seems very much on a collective, global level, it could be an individual level. Maybe right now we each have a spirit, or some of us do, a likely spirit wishing to impart something to us about the situation, about how we need to work together to be stronger and face the attacks against our community. Is there a spirit, and what would they say? And it's the reversed Knight of Wands. The advice maybe try to go for cover, try not to be out there in the open. The Knight of Wands normally represents a charismatic, magnetic person. Maybe the advice from a spirit is this is not the time to draw more attention to ourselves or to yourselves. And I know a lot of people want to be have pride and sort of acknowledge this, but we may be moving towards the true tarot times where we have to act more wisely about what it is that we are facing and what are the kind of forces, skills, nuance that we bring to our lives to make it possible. So I want you to consider that it isn't always about being out there and demanding. Sometimes it's about that other layer of our old friend, the witch's pyramid, the witch's tower, however we now want to look at it, that there's also a need for secrecy. I'm Oberon, and that's my feelings here. I'll see you next time. Take care.